Hi, well, let's change gears a little bit and go to another contract that's been getting some play here. Very interesting, and also had some fireworks, especially even overnight. We set some new contract highs in new crop beans, November beans. Overnight, 1065 and a half was the new high. We've actually tacked onto that today, and the high in the session today was 1069, so showing strength. We had the back months kind of bleed out a little bit today, but still pretty strong, and still got a supply, or at least a production story that's still doing the rounds out there, right? And so, depending on your ground and depending on your weather, it's been anecdotally pretty difficult. So I'll say that we've got managed money long about 290,000 contracts as of last count. And that's you have to pay attention to that. I'm not going to say it's problematic, but you just have to remember, and I think this is really hard to explain to younger traders or newer investors. Well, there's a lot of people out there like that, long 290,000 contracts. What is it going to take for them to exit that position? Because either they'll exit it on the downside and you can tell when they're getting out because the market will just be sick, or we might get a big, bullish news, and they're going to want to try to sell out at that moment in time, and they might mute a bullish news rally, news story, right? So you have to really keep an eye on it, because psychologically, that type of size can make a difference. So just, I guess, be careful. And another really interesting stat is that we're closing in on the highest bean prices we've had in about 4 years. And it was just 6 months ago, we were close to a 12-year low in soybeans. I mean, think about the sea change in psyche from 6 months, 6 months ago, or the last 4 years we're the highest we've been. But 6 months ago, we were almost the lowest we've been in 12 years. That's a lot to say and a lot to spit out, but I think you get the point where this has been a pretty crazy ride, and things have changed to the good, obviously. And then you have to throw in the pandemic and China all in there as well. And this contract is really performed admirably. So I have to say that it's been volatile, yes. And have we made some psychological turnarounds? Yes. And it's going to be interesting to keep that in mind going forward. 1071 was the high we posted in February of 2018. And then 1080 was posted in January of 2017. Those are probably going to be on the lookout list for people that want to see this market continue to go higher. That's why I put them out there, old highs. They could be targets for the bulls. Keep that in mind. That's just ammunition. I'm not saying we're going to go there per se, but you kind of have to have the idea in your playbook about what might be an area, if we have an area going to the upside where you might see these technicians kind of target. So kind of important to know that, but we've got fundamental news out there with these funds being really, long 290,000 contracts. Keep an eye on what is it going to take for them to get out? How might they maneuver that? That's going to affect the market. And again, highest prices in nearly 4 years, but it wasn't that long ago. We didn't quite get there, but looking at the lowest prices we've had in 12 years. Big psychological turnaround. So all very interesting. Let's see. We got the USDA tomorrow. That could reshape things here. So everything I'm saying right now might be worthless by 11:01. We'll see, but it's going to be an interesting day for sure.